him. Hey guys, MediaNutso here, and welcome to the fifth and final week of the Diamond and Pearl edition of Learning League Saturdays. Well, first off, I want to say I'm so sorry for starting almost 10 minutes later than I normally do. Well, I kind of lost track of time. But I was able to get everything up and running. Well, anyways, for tonight we're covering the last full lesson made during the first Diamond and Pearl era, which consists of inferences, cyberbullying, synonyms and antonyms, manners, and to close things out, a redo of the very first one created the water cycle. Yeah. Why am I doing a redo of that? Well, like I said, just like I said, but I just don't. As I already explained, when it was the very first one made when Diamond and Pearl was airing. That, and it didn't feel right to have just 4 lessons for the night. So I thought I decided to play an earlier one. But anyways, enough of that and my constant mumbling and pauses. Let's get things rolling with our first lesson of the night. In which we'll learn along with the dash about how to make inferences.
Hello there, Ash. Have you found something interesting to read?
Yeah, I'm reading an article on this boy who wants to be a Pokemon League champion so his younger siblings will look up to him. But he hasn't been able to win a single badge.
Well, no matter what you lose, you have to hold on to your dreams.
And this boy sounds just as determined as Don and me. He practices with his Pokemon every day. I'm only halfway through the article, but I can't wait to see how it turns out for him in the end.
I hope there's a happy ending after all his hard work.
Me too. Let's see.
Maybe he might become world champion.
A couple pages are missing. There's gotta be a way to find out what happened.
I'd better get back to my Pokemon patient, so I'll leave the investigating up to you. Speaking of which, Pikachu is in perfect shape. It's just taking a nap, so when it wakes up, I'll come get you.
Okay, thanks, Nurse Joy. I guess I have a little time to solve the mystery of what happened to this trainer. I know just who to call.
Hey, Ash.
Hi, Alex. Have I got a story for you?
Oh, yeah?
It's about this boy who wants to be a Pokemon League champion.
What happens to him?
Well, that's exactly it. I don't know, because the end is on some pages that are missing from the magazine.
That's a bummer. But I bet with a little detective work we can figure out what happened.
I knew I could count on you.
Let's think about this. Since authors know the ending before it happens, they can't help but leave clues along the way. We'll have to read carefully because there are clues in every story hidden between the lines.
How can I find these clues?
By using the same strategies for the story that you use when you work toward entering the Pokemon League.
Well, when I'm battling, I usually just go with my gut. I follow my instincts and try to apply what I learned in my past battle experiences.
Right on. That's what a good detective does. You use your instincts and experiences to pick up hints and infer what is going on.
Ah!
Like, for example, what if I said I was sitting in the sand watching the waves? Where would you infer I was?
Sounds like you're at the beach.
You got it. But I didn't say I was at the beach. To you, it just sounded like I was at the beach because of what I said. You were making your best guess, making inferences based on the clues I had given you.
Well, in my experience, if there's sand and waves, then it's a beach.
That's how you do it. You took word clues and your experience and made your best guess. So if we read, John sat quietly in the corner while the other party guests showed off their dance moves, what could you infer about John from that description?
That John is shy? Maybe he doesn't like to dance?
Yeah, You're a good judge of character, Ash. And that's another important part of reading between the lines. You have to size up the situations and the characters.
I always try to size up my opponents, too. If you can get a sense of the other trainer's personality, where he or she is coming from, it'll help you know how to act and respond.
Exactly. When you meet someone or read a description of a character, you look for clues to his or her personality. Still, when you read between the lines, you have to understand the author's or character's tone. It's not just what he says, but how he says it. Look for clues. Why is he doing what he's doing? What is his personality like? What's important to him? What is his relationship to the other characters? Those are clues too.
So you have to think about the hints, and then just link it all up.
That's right. Now, just like a real investigation, you have to incorporate facts and then add what you've inferred from the situation and the characters. Based on what you know so far, what do you think will happen? It's all that information put together that can help you draw your conclusion.
Yeah, I wonder how this trainer's story ended. But I'm getting the hang of how I can figure it out.
Hello there, Ash.
I'm gonna need your help. Will you help me pick out the clues in these passages? Miriam rides an elevator up 30 stories to get to her apartment. It has a great view of the other skyscrapers, she can't hear the noise from the street, and she likes to have many friendly neighbors all in one building. Where can you infer Miriam lives? That's right! Miriam lives in a city where there are lots of skyscrapers, noisy streets, and people. Mariko doesn't like to wear skirts, but they're part of her school uniform. What can you infer about Mariko? That's right! It would make sense that when Mariko gets to choose her clothes, she doesn't wear something she doesn't like. Carlos loves to invite his friends over for dinner. He said, "I make everything from the salad dressing to the pie myself." What can you infer about Carlos? That's right! Carlos must like to cook if he does it from scratch so often. Dakota would much rather make a speech in front of the class than make a poster for his projects. What can you infer about Dakota? That's right! If you prefer to make speeches, you must be outgoing. Jonathan never watches scary movies. He and his friend Kevin went to see a double feature tonight. Which movies can you infer that Jonathan and Kevin saw? That's right! The Laugh Bunch and 30 Days of Fun sound like comedies. Those are movies Jonathan should like. Every time Millie tries to tell her brother Roland what he can't do, Roland does the opposite. Today, Millie snapped at him and said, "Don't play with any of my toys while I'm gone." What can you infer Roland did in this situation? That's right! Roland always does the opposite of what Millie tells him. So if Millie tells Roland not to play with her toys, he's definitely going to do the opposite and play with them. Wow! Thanks for all your help making inferences and reading between the lines. But we owe you some thanks too, Lex.
Anytime. I know you can piece together the rest of that magazine article on your own.
You know it.
You know it.
Bye.
Bye, Ash.
I'm... Here's the article about the trainer named Amix. He couldn't wait to put his ideas in. Here's the article about the trainer named Amir. Let's read it again together. When Amir was only 4 years old, he said to his father, Someday, I will be a Pokemon League champion. Over the next 6 years, Amir prepared for the day he would receive his starter Pokemon. As the oldest of 8 siblings, Amir did his best to set a good example. He was nice to everyone, helped with the housework, and did his homework. Above all, he made sure he took time every day to study Pokemon. His room was filled with posters of Pokemon and maps of all the regions. Amir daydreamed about visiting faraway places. By the time he was 10, he had an entire notebook filled with notes and ideas for new move combinations and tactics. He couldn't wait to put his ideas into action. Hopefully, the new move combinations will be so cool, other trainers will ask me to teach them, he thought. Amir said the happiest day of his life was when he got his starter Pokemon, Chimchar. They trained and practiced the move combinations he created over and over again until he finally felt they were ready for competition. However, in the heat of an actual battle, Amir got too nervous and wasn't able to make snap decisions about which attacks to use. He couldn't seem to win a badge and feared he would never get to show off his move combinations and all his hard work. Worst of all, he was too embarrassed to tell his little brothers and sisters that he was losing round after round. He knew they would find out soon enough, as his younger sister Yasmina was about to receive her starter Pokemon and join him in traveling to competitions. Like a good brother, Amir helped Yasmina prepare for her first competition. He taught her everything he knew, including his new move combinations. She was a good student, and Amir was happy to have someone to share his knowledge with. Finally, the day of the competition came. As usual, Amir lost his round, but much to his surprise, Yasmina wound up winning a badge. When the judges congratulated her on beginner's luck, she said, "It wasn't luck. It was all the move combinations my brother Amir taught me." Cool, right? Now, let's see what we can infer about Amir and his situation from the article so far. Why do you think the author included what Amir said to his father when he was only 4 years old? Can you highlight 3 lines that describe Amir as a character besides his interest in Pokemon? Just click the sentence to highlight it. What can you tell about Amir from those 3 sentences about his character? Can you highlight 3 lines the author included in the first paragraph to show Amir's dedication to learning about and training his Pokemon? Just click on the sentence to highlight it. Based on your experience, why would you infer Amir was embarrassed to tell his family he was losing every round? What can you infer about Amir from his dream that, hopefully, the new move combinations will be so cool, other trainers will ask me to teach them? What can you infer will happen after Yasmina announced that she won her badge with all the move combinations my brother Amir taught me? Whoa! It sounds like Amir may have a future in coaching, but since he's so good at coming up with new move combinations, maybe he'll decide that contests are a better path for him than the Pokemon League. That sounds a lot like why my friend Dawn is all about contests. Anyway, now it's time to pick up Pikachu.
Pikachu is right in here.
Pikachu! Hey there, buddy! Oops! What'd I step on? Pikachu! Look at that! It's the missing pages of the magazine!
Well, what does it say?
Amir wound up deciding to pursue contests to show off his move combinations with his Pokemon. He's had a lot of success, won some ribbons, and coached a bunch of trainers. And now his dream is to win the grand festival. Wow, that's awesome!
Good thing you found those last pages.
Actually, by looking at the clues in the story and my own experience, my prediction of what happened was pretty close to the real thing.
Pika-pee!
Well, we better get on the road. Thanks for your help, Nurse Joy.
Anytime. Goodbye.
Bye!
Pikachu!
Why do you think the author included what Amir said to his father when he was only 4 years old?
Yeah, but it's another lesson that won't pause correctly. But anyways, that is a nice way of that is a good way to teach it. Showing inferences. But now it's time to move on. But now it is time to move on to everyone's favorite subject. One that everyone on social media should really or more how to deal with a cyberbully.
Just a couple more days till the contest.
Meow! I'm so excited! Piplup!
Piplup looks great, Dawn. And Zoe, you and Glammeow are in top form.
Pikachu!
Thanks. Glammeow and I have never felt stronger. In fact, I think we're ready to try out some new ideas I was working out on my laptop.
Did you hear that? That Toy-Bet's Glammeow will be primed for the picking at the upcoming Pokemon contest. The boss will be mighty pleased with that perfect Pokemon.
Let's nab it now.
Patience. She's got all her twerp friends with her. She sounds too confident. We've got to get her guard down.
Smells like a plan cooking.
Let's spice it up with some insider info. Snore. She's on her computer again.
That's it. Give me those. We're in business, boys. I see her email address.
I thought we were swiping Pokemon, not finding cyber sidekicks.
To get to this typing twerpette, we'll barrage her with bogus emails about how worthless she is as a Pokemon coordinator. We'll post mischievous messages about her on that Pokemon contest message board.
But it'll take more than that to make her say sayonara to that winning attitude.
Yes, that computing coordinator's content with her confidence.
We'll say, since she's such an awful coordinator, when she loses the contest, she should give up her talented Glammeow to a worthy coordinator. Then voila, we show up and collect.
Oh,
Zoe, what's wrong?
this is so weird. I'm getting all these mean emails from an email address I don't know. I'm ignoring them, but they keep on coming.
What do they say?
Dear Zoe, I've been watching you train. Your Pokemon are great.
That's nice.
You, on the other hand, stink big time.
Huh?
So, loser, after blowing the contest, give up your Pokemon to a trainer actually worthy of them. There are plenty more like that. Look.
They're all so mean.
I won't let them get me down. I want to do something about this.
Yeah, and we've got the power to do it. Let's talk to Quinn. He knows how to deal with things like this.
Hey, Ash, what's up?
Hi, Quinn. We've got a situation here. Zoe's getting mean and insulting emails.
We want to stop this bullying behavior.
I'm glad you called me, 'cause when you're being bullied, you should always tell a trusted adult. Similar to real life, an online bully, a cyberbully, is someone who picks on you, harasses or embarrasses you over and over again. A cyberbully does it using the internet, or even cell phones.
This person won't let up. I've received 10 mean emails in the last 10 minutes. There are even some mean posts on a contest message board.
Unfortunately, there are many different types of cyberbullying. Sounds like this person's trying to get at you using smack talk, huh? Gossip is a type of cyberbullying when someone says mean things, spreads rumors, or even twists or distorts the truth. Sometimes the gossip may even be the truth, but it's something personal or a secret that the person targeted by the cyberbully doesn't want told or spread around. Even if it's true or partially true, it's still not right if it's something that isn't the cyberbully's place to tell.
This online gossip is just as bad as when it happens in real life. Can they do anything else?
You can be on the lookout for other types of cyberbullying too. Sometimes kids who bully will pretend to be you online by stealing your password or by saying they're someone they're not. They impersonate. Or they may exclude by not letting you join a group or delete you from one. And threaten is when someone tells you they're going to do something to you or someone you love. That's pretty scary and serious.
Who would do something like that?
Well, some kids are bullies because they have an exaggerated sense of themselves, and some are just acting out because they themselves feel insecure and uncool.
Really?
Uh-huh. And in most cases, they learned how to bully because someone has bullied them before.
That makes me feel sad for the bullies.
That's why you can't take what they're saying or doing personally. Maybe they're jealous of you, or even just want to feel powerful. Kids who bully are just picking on someone else so they can feel better about themselves. But bullying isn't good for anyone.
So what can I do to stop it?
Once you've got a trusted adult to help you, the next step is simple. Don't open messages from senders you don't know.
Shouldn't she say something back?
No way. The best thing to do is not respond. Let the kids who bully think you didn't get it. Ignore them.
Yeah. Don't let them think their mean ways actually work.
But the emails keep coming.
You should forward the emails to a trusted adult to keep track of what happened, and then together figure out if you should block the user or report the behavior if it's serious. Check your email page for buttons that say things like block the user or report spam. By simply selecting one of those buttons, you can block that screen name.
Just a click.
With the help of a trusted adult, you can also send an email to the webmasters of the site. Tell them about the user who's bullying you, and ask them to take action and delete his or her account and screen name.
But what if the person changes their username?
Well, maybe the person is harassing some of your other friends too. If someone keeps sending you hate mail, then you should talk to your friends. That way, everyone can keep an eye out for you and can help spot a cyberbully no matter what the username is.
But what if you don't want to tell everyone about all the mean things that were said about you?
Zoe, you didn't deserve this bullying.
You do deserve an apology. It takes a lot of guts to go up to someone and say you're sorry. If the kid who bullies wants to fix his or her behavior, that's a great first step.
But I don't even know who's bullying me, 'cause it's happening online.
A lot of bullies think they can get away with being mean on the internet since it's not in person. They think that if they hide behind their internet identity, they can't be stopped. But that's just not true.
You're right. I'm not going to just take this.
That's the spirit. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Well, first things first. I'll get help from a trusted adult.
You got it. Good luck, Zoe.
Thanks, Quinn. We're going to ask Officer Jenny, an adult, for help dealing with this cyberbully. Let's fill her in on what's going on.
Let's build the report for Officer Jenny. Drag and drop what cyberbullying means onto the cyberbullying page. Drag everything else into the Serve Smart page. You're right. When someone keeps picking on you online, they're cyberbullying you. Make sure you tell a trusted adult.
Posting on a message board is totally cool, as long as your post isn't mean. It's cyberbullying when somebody repeatedly tries to hurt someone's feelings.
It's okay to communicate on the internet as long as everyone is polite and you don't give away personal information or agree to meet in real life without a trusted adult present. Now let's think about the 4 types of cyberbullying Quinn talked about. Can you drag and drop an example of each into the report?
Right. If we're on the watch for a cyberbully, tell a trusted adult if you see these things happening.
You got it.
Awesome.
You got it. Quinn told us about why people tease others. So what do you think could be the reasons for the cyberbullying? Drag and drop them all into the report. You're right. There are a lot of reasons kids who bully do what they do. What's important is what you do, so be sure to tell a trusted adult if it happens to you. You got it. All right. Try again. You got it. All right. Try again. Try again. You got it. Okay, now can you help us fill out the possible types of technology a cyberbully could use? You're right! Cyberbullies send messages in many ways, so protect your passwords and other personal information to surf smart. All right!
Awesome!
All right! If you've been targeted, what are the appropriate responses to cyberbullying? Drag and drop the actions you should take into the report. You're right. It's important to first tell a trusted adult, ignore the bully, and not make the situation any worse.
Awesome!
All right!
Awesome!
Thanks for this helpful report. But I've got just one more thing to write in here. Possible suspects. Is there anyone that usually harasses you?
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket? It's possible they could be behind this email address. Let me radio the station to check. Well, listen to this. I found out that the domain name of the emails can be linked to the general Team Rocket organization. That Team Rocket! Let's put a stop to their bullying.
Can you help us decide what to do? Great! So, Zoe told an adult all about her trouble with Team Rocket's mean emails and gossip on the contest message board. What should they do next?
Awesome!
I'm going to contact the webmaster to send out an alert to the other Officer Jennies to be on the watch for them. Thanks, Officer Jenny.
Okay, we are definitely going to block Team Rocket from bullying us online. Help us get their screen name red flagged to other users. For every correctly handled cyberbullying situation, their warning level will rise. Gene got several mean emails on the website she has her profile up on. She doesn't recognize anything about the sender. What should she do? All right! Adele keeps getting mean text messages from a number she didn't recognize. The sender says she's Adele's friend Vashti, but Vashti had never been mean before. What should Adele do?
Awesome!
Emmanuel is part of a classmates web group. Emmanuel's friend John requested to join the classmates web group, but John's request was denied. John has no idea why. What is something Emmanuel can do?
Awesome!
Someone took a picture of Mozart, wrote mean jokes about him, and put it up on the web. Everyone at school has seen it, but no one knows who did it. What should Mozart do?
Awesome!
Gilda keeps getting mean emails from someone she doesn't know. The person told her, if she wants to know who the sender is, to meet after school at the mall. What should Gilda do? All right! Malin thinks she's gotten her password stolen. Her friend said she got a mean email from Malin that she definitely didn't send. What should Malin do?
Awesome!
All right! We got the bully blocked!
Huh? I've been busted online! What happened? I can't even get my email! Well, the low-down dirty...
Meowth!
Uh-oh!
We've got to get out of here before the dwarfs trample our technology.
Sayonara, suckers!
Pikachu, quick, Thunderbolt!
Pikachu! Oh no, not the computer! We're blasting off again!
Well, I guess Team Rocket won't be bothering anyone online anymore.
Pikachu!
Well, that's one way of taking care of a cyberbully. Though knowing Team Rocket, they probably will try it again anyway. But anyway, means it's time to move. But well, enough about them. That it's time to how Don and Pip learn a thing or two about how do you about using synonyms and antonyms.
Okay, Piplup, show me Bubble Beam. That was awesome! Mom's going to be proud of how much we've been training. Piplup? Hey, let's call her and show off our new tricks. It'll be good practice to perform for her. The Pokemon Center nearby has an indoor practice area so she can see us. Piplup. Hi, Mom.
Well, hello, Dawn.
Want to see the new moves Piplup and I have been working on?
Of course.
Okay, Piplup, just like we'll do it at the contest. Piplup! Piplup, Bubble Beam! Now let's show what you can do with Pep! Pip!
Looking good, you two.
Way to go, Piplup!
So how do you like being a coordinator, Dawn?
It's awesome!
That's wonderful to hear. How's life on the road treating you?
Oh, it's awesome!
What about Piplup?
Piplup is the, awesomest!
Dawn, I'm glad everything is awesome, but how about trying another word?
But it's true! It's all awesome! Piplup!
But you'll want to impress everyone with more than just your moves. An important part of Pokemon contests is how you respond to the interviewer's questions before the contest.
People always ask me questions, but I didn't really think about practicing the chit-chat.
You might think chit-chat would be insignificant, but what you say is just as important as what you show.
Insignificant? Okay. I'd better work on this. The contest is just hours away. Talk to you later, Mom. No need to worry.
When you tell me not to worry is when I worry the most.
What am I gonna do? I have to be prepared. I'd better call Lex.
Hiya, Dawn. What's up?
Hey, Lex. Piplup and I have been practicing our awesome moves for the contest, but I'm not sure I'm as awesome at answering the interviewer's questions. It seems I say the same thing over and over. Awesome.
Yeah, it can be tough when you're put on the spot.
And I mean, how do you say awesome a million different ways?
Actually, that's a trick you can definitely pull off.
Really?
Really? What makes Piplup or an experience awesome? What do you feel that makes you call it that?
Impressed, I guess. When something is really fantastic, amazing, or wonderful.
And makes your eyebrows disappear.
See? You did it. You found words with nearly the same meaning as awesome. You found some synonyms. Synonyms are words that share the same meaning and you can use interchangeably, like happy and glad.
Or upset and mad.
Or boast and brag.
Or gloomy and sad.
You got it. Sometimes synonyms can really help you figure out other unknown words, like Team Rocket was fuming when you caught them. You'd never seen them so angry.
Oh, I see. Fuming is a synonym for angry.
Yes. If the rest of the sentence seems to explain the word, you can be pretty sure the unknown word is a synonym. So you can use clues from the meaning of other words to help with an unknown word.
That's cool. Knowing there are other words in a sentence that can help me makes it easier. But wait a bit. I told my mom that I wasn't paying attention to the chit-chat. And she said it might seem insignificant, but it's actually important. Do you know what she meant by that?
I bet you do. Think about what she said. Did any words give you a clue to what insignificant means?
She said it's important, which is the opposite of what I thought she was saying.
Right. Insignificant is the opposite of important. An antonym is a word with the opposite meaning, like wet and dry.
Or laugh and cry. Or girl and guy. Once you get going, the words just roll off your tongue.
Then let's keep you rolling with some more practice.
Good idea. Will you help me? Awesome! Can you click on the word that doesn't fit in with this group of synonyms?
Right on. Good, polite, and well-behaved all describe someone who has nice manners.
All right. Can you click on the word that doesn't fit in with this group of synonyms?
Right on. Something silly, ridiculous, and goofy is not serious.
Okay. Can you click on the word that doesn't fit in with this group of synonyms?
Right on. All those words describe something out of the ordinary.
Great! Can you click on the word that doesn't fit in with this group of synonyms?
Right on. Cool, hip, trendy, and fashionable are synonyms. They all mean about the same thing.
Awesome job with synonyms! Now let's switch it up and find words that mean the opposite thing. Can you click on the word that's an antonym of past?
Right on. The opposite of what happened in the past is what's going to happen in the future.
Can you click on the word that's an antonym of true?
Right on. Does this sound familiar? True or false? False and true are antonyms.
Can you click on the word that's an antonym of join?
Right on. Quitting a team is the opposite of joining one. So join and quit are antonyms.
Can you click on the word that's an antonym of soft?
Right on. The opposite of hard is soft. They're antonyms.
That was awesome! I mean, thrilling, amazing, fantastic!
Nice work, Don.
Thanks! I think we're ready. Bye, Lex!
Good luck. Bye, Don.
Will you help me answer the interviewer's questions before the contest? I'll ask for either a synonym or an antonym for the word in parentheses. Drag and drop the correct answer into the sentence.
Why do you and Piplup work together so well?
Piplup and I work well together because we blank each other. Can you find a synonym for like in the word bank? Good job.
What was the first Pokemon you caught?
Baneri was the first Pokemon I caught, and it was really blank. Can you find an antonym for easy in the word bank? Awesome!
What do you like about training Pachirisu?
Pachirisu is fun to be around because it's always so blank. Can you find a synonym for happy in the word bank? Great!
Who comes to the contests with you?
I've been traveling with my blank friends, Ash and Brock. Can you find an antonym for old in the word bank? Great!
How did you get Weasel to learn so many moves?
Weasel is very competitive, so it likes to blank new moves. Can you find a synonym for learn in the word bank? Great!
What do you like about traveling in the Sinnoh region?
The Sinnoh region has blank scenery. Can you find an antonym for ordinary in the word bank? Awesome!
How do you feel right before a contest?
Even though I'm excited to compete, I have to admit, I feel a little bit blank. Can you find a synonym for nervous in the word bank? Great!
And how do you feel after a contest?
I blank feel proud of what my Pokemon and I accomplish, but it's nice to have the blank of the audience as well. Can you find an antonym for never and a synonym for support in the word bank? Great! Awesome! Wow! I think we did a good job of answering all those questions. Whoops! I nearly lost my voice since I found so many synonyms and antonyms to use. Guess Mom would be proud.
That'll truly help many people will spice up their sentences. And now it is time to move on to not just the final lesson in the life skills category, but also the very last lesson ever produced for the Learning League. It's time once again to learn some manners. I apologize for that awful pun.
It looks like the parade's about to begin.
There's a lot to see at a parade.
We've been waiting for hours, but this trainer parade will be worth it.
We got great spots!
Even Piplup and Pikachu can see. Pikachu! Pika!
Hey, guys.
It's the twerps.
Excuse me, but Piplup and Pikachu can't see.
Do you hear something?
Only the sound of millions of people anticipating my debut in this parade.
I can't believe them.
No kidding. I'd never want to take someone's spot like that.
I know there aren't really rules you have to follow, but
But most people don't act like that.
maybe there's a secret to being cool.
Hey! That kid doesn't know it.
Ow! Or that one.
What about Quinn? Maybe he can tell us what's up.
Hey, everyone. Is that a parade I see?
Hi, Quinn. Yeah, it's a parade, but that's the problem. We can't see. These kids took our spot.
No, not cool.
Right? Shouldn't they know not to be rude like that? Are there secret rules or something, Quinn?
No secret, just a code. Anyone can use it. Being cool is easy when you've cracked that code.
How's it work?
The code has 3 R's. The first is responsibility. You've got to realize that the wrong and right ways you act affect others.
How can you know if something that's good for you is bad for other people?
Just ask yourself, what if everyone else did it? What would happen?
You mean like what's happening over there?
So, like I was saying...
I already told you, the parade was going to destroy this.
Right. What if everyone talked with their mouths full?
We wouldn't be able to understand each other.
Yep, and it doesn't look so great either. And what if everyone cut in front of each other?
No one could see the parade.
Right. By thinking about what would happen if everyone did something, you can make the right decision about how you're going to act.
What's another R in the code?
Respect. Respect keeps life fun, because others will want to be around you more. One way you can show respect for your friends is by taking turns and sharing.
You mean like that? Doesn't really look like respect to me.
It's so hot. Let me have that water bottle just for a minute.
Sometimes you gotta use polite words to show respect.
Like please, right? That's what the kid should be saying.
And he should say thank you when his friend shares with him.
And use excuse me when you're trying to get through a crowd or you need to say something.
Excuse me.
I guess polite words can sound mean too.
Your tone of voice is important. Keep your voice as friendly and polite as your words.
Is there more to showing respect than words?
You can also communicate through the way you sit, stand, and act. That's called body language.
Oh, I know. That's like not turning away when someone's talking to you.
Exactly. You can send the right message by moving aside for others, not turning away when they're speaking or not crossing your arms. And you can lend a hand when people need help.
If everyone did all that, this parade would be even more fun.
Fun is what the code is all about. The last R is right on. Showing responsibility and respecting others makes you fun to be around. And it makes you feel good, too.
There's an empty spot by those trainers.
Let's ask if we can join them. Thanks, Quinn.
We're gonna get a great view, Piplup. Piplup!
There's a lot to see at a parade. Watch each situation and show us what you learned about the 3 R's. With every correct answer, the balloon on that float over there will get ready to go. Ready? Let's do it.
I've heard the twerps talking about a secret code.
It must be a code that'll help me get past security and onto a float.
And you know what that means?
While everyone's busy looking at lovely me, you two can swipe us some lovely Pokemon.
I better take a good look at the scene. There's gotta be some clues around here. Give me those binoculars, Jesse.
Try again. What could Meowth say when he's asking for those binoculars? Good job. Using a polite word like please would really show respect for others.
Jesse, your drink is leaking all over me. I'm getting sticky.
Maybe you shouldn't stand under my drink, then.
I gotta stand here. There isn't any more room.
Here, Meowth, use this umbrella.
Thanks.
Great. The right tone of voice can make a big difference. Using a polite word in a nice tone makes everyone feel good.
This camera is so versatile. It brings out my beautiful side and my pretty side.
You think I could use that camera, little Jessie?
James, I'm making memories here.
But I want to take some pictures too.
That was awesome. When you take turns, no one's left out. If Jessie takes turns, then she'll be making the 3rd R possible. Right on. What does right on mean? Great. That's exactly what right on means. Using the code is always a cool thing to do.
We've got to figure out a way to get on that float.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking.
Maybe a catapult?
Too bouncy. What do you think, Jessie?
Excuse me?
I know, a robot. Wait, I know what we haven't done. 2 robots.
That's too robotic.
There's no such thing as too many robots. What do you think, Jesse?
Great. Body language is a part of the code that helps us show respect for others. It's all about responsibility. Which of these questions should Jessie ask herself? All right, that's a great question to ask. It'd help Jessie see how important it is to watch her body language. There's a lot to see at a...
It looks like the parade's about to begin. Will you help us get those floats going? First, click on the part of each situation where the 3 R's need to be used and click check. Then, come up with a better solution. Keeping cool will keep this parade moving. Manuel's teacher is trying to speak to him about the upcoming science fair. Manuel's interested in learning about how to enter, but he gets distracted by a new poster in the classroom and turns his back to the teacher in order to get a better look. Click on the part of the situation where one of the 3 R's should be used. Then, click check.
Yeah!
How can Manuel best use the code in this situation?
You got it! Alicia's having a great time at a theme park with some friends, but she got separated from them in a crowd. She doesn't want them to worry about her, So she tries to get through the crowd as quickly as possible, not saying anything as she moves through the crowd.
Click on the part of the situation where one of the 3 R's should be used. Then click check. Great!
How can Alicia best use the code in this situation?
Great! Anna's brother Sanjay is helping her study for a test. She appreciates his help, but she's also frustrated because she's not learning as fast as she'd like. When Sanjay's finished helping her, she says thank you very quickly and without much enthusiasm because she's still focused on the test. Click on the part of the situation where one of the 3 R's should be used. Then click check.
All right!
How can Anna best use the code in this situation?
Awesome! Maddie and Olivia need to practice batting for their baseball game this weekend. Olivia practices first, and when Maddie suggests that they switch, Olivia insists that she needs more time. Maddie continues pitching to Olivia, and she doesn't get the practice time she needs.
Click on the part of the situation where one of the 3 R's should be used. Then click check.
All right! How can Olivia best use the code in this situation?
Awesome!
I'd like to thank all of you for coming out today for the parade. And now we need to find a very special guest to ride on the final float as the crowned trainer.
A special guest! He must be talking about me. That must be the code.
I don't think he can see how special you are from here.
Well, I'll just make him see.
Ouch!
Are you okay?
Yeah, thanks.
You look like a special trainer.
You mean me?
Looks like you know how to keep things fun for everyone. Come on up.
Let's go, Piplup.
I don't get it. Why does she get to be on the float?
It must be some sort of sneaky plot.
Nothing sneaky about it. It's all in the code.
Can you tell me, please?
You just used part of it.
I did? I mean, I did. How'd I do that anyway?
Up you go.
Well, that's just having good manners can be very rewarding. And then, now it's time to close out the night by once more revisiting the lesson that kicked off the Diamond and Pearl era. Which, as we once more dive into the water cycle.
I hope I can catch another water-type Pokemon at this lake.
You've got plenty of time. I'm still waiting for this water to boil to make lunch.
Great!
Wow, the water is really warm.
Pika!
Sure is.
Hello, Officer Jenny. What's going on?
I'm here to check the lake's water level. It hasn't rained for a very long time. Because the area is experiencing a drought, we're all worried about the Pokemon that depend on this water.
Is there anything we can do to help? Pika-pee!
I'm afraid the only thing we can do is hope for some rain soon. Well, I better be on my way. Goodbye.
I wish we could do something.
Maybe Ciara knows a way to make it rain.
It's worth a shot. Hey, Dawn, will you watch the campfire while we call Ciara?
Sure. Come on, Piplup. Piplup! Hey, everyone.
Hi, Ciara. We thought you might be able to help us. We're at this lake, but the water level is dropping because there's a drought in the area.
But since the water level has dropped, Officer Jenny is worried about the wild Pokemon that live here.
Yeah, so how do you make it rain?
Actually, all that water that evaporated from the lake is making rain as we speak.
Huh? Where?
Well, it's more like how. Water changes into many different forms, from big oceans to tiny droplets of rain, through a natural recycling process.
Brock, you ever gonna throw some pasta in the pot? Half the water is gone already.
Wait, all the water boiled out?
I'm gonna have to start over. The water level is down for sure.
But how?
The way Brock's pot lost water while boiling under the heat of the campfire is similar to how the lake lost water under the heat of the sun.
Huh?
See that steam rising from Brock's pot of water?
Sure.
That's the water evaporating, or turning into steam. That's what happens to water when it gets hot enough. It turns into vapor.
But then what happens to the steam? It just disappears?
Nope, it rises, where it'll eventually turn into clouds, and then rain back down.
So what happened to the lake? Happened to the pot of boiling water? It's gonna turn into rain too?
So to speak, that's what happens in the water cycle.
So the water cycle is what makes the rain?
Well, the first step has to do with the water in the pot and the lake level dropping. The hot sun heats up the water in lakes, rivers, and oceans, causing some of the water to vaporize or turn into steam. This is called evaporation. Brock's boiling pot of water just uses fire to cause the same effect on the water.
Sounds like bodies of water sweat just like our bodies.
It's a little different. But we do sweat off water when we get hot, and so do rivers, lakes, oceans, and plants.
Plants sweat?
Yup, it's called transpiration.
But where does all that water vapor go?
Well, where does the water come from?
You mean rain?
Right. Where does rain come from?
Clouds, of course.
Of course. And that's where water vapor goes when it evaporates. Into clouds. As the vapor rises in the sky, it gets cold. Like if I drop ice in my glass of water. See how the ice cools it off? See all this condensation on the side of the glass?
Yeah, like when you draw in the stuff on a window.
That stuff is condensation, and it's the same stuff that makes up clouds. With the temperature change, the water vapor changes back into liquid. Then that cold liquid condenses and forms clouds.
So clouds are made up of condensation?
That's right.
But like my mom says, after the clouds must come rain.
You got it. See the sides of my glass of water, how there are droplets running down?
Yeah, like rain.
That's because it is like rain. When there's so much water condensed into a cloud that it just can't hold it anymore, it has to fall back down from the sky to the ground in the form of precipitation.
As rain!
Or snow, or hail, or sleet. It depends on the weather.
But how does it know to fall back into the rivers or oceans it came from?
Well, it doesn't exactly. It could fall in another body of water, or it could just fall to the ground and get absorbed into the soil.
Like in spring, when the snow melts and everything starts to bloom.
Right on. But when rain or snow hits a mountain, it has to make its way down to the ground. And the water runoff from mountains flows down and collects at the bottom in the valley. This final step of the water cycle is called collection.
Then after all that, the water collects and it begins to evaporate again?
You know it. Water is in this constant cycle of evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection.
That's easy peasy.
Wow, that's a good way to remember it. The water cycle is easy peasy. I think you're really getting it.
Too bad we can't get it to rain here.
I guess we'll just have to wait.
Hey, in the meantime, why don't we make it rain in my lab?
How are you going to do that?
With a little experiment. Want to help?
Yeah!
Awesome. Now let's recreate the water cycle. So, I put some water in this jar to make a mini lake. Now what should I do to make some of this lake evaporate and turn into steam? Right on. If you turn up the heat on water, it turns into vapor. So now let's turn up the heat. I'm using a hot plate in the lab, but can you tell me, in the natural water cycle, what heats the water? Right on. The sun is hot, hot, hot. It heats up our bodies as well as bodies of water. What happens when the water gets hot? Right on. The recipe for vapor or steam is when you take water and add heat. Well, it's getting pretty steamy in there. Now, what happens to the water vapor as it rises in the sky? All right, it cools off to form clouds in the sky. So let's let things in the lab cool off.
Right on. The water gets too heavy in the clouds and falls back down. Look! In the jar, the water is sliding back down the sides. What happens to the water after it falls back to the ground? That's right. And it's collecting back at the bottom of this jar as we speak. And that completes the water cycle. I can't believe you can make that happen in a lab.
Anything's possible.
Oh yeah. I think I just felt a raindrop.
Rain!
Since the water cycle is now in precipitation, we better run for shelter at the Pokemon Center. Bye, Ciara.
See you later. Phew! We made it.
Yeah, and now I just hope that there's enough rain to fill the lake back up, so there's plenty for all the Pokemon.
It's raining pretty hard. I think it's going to go on for a while.
I know. Let's go through it while we're wading through it. Can you help us put the water cycle together? Watch what happens. Then, drag and drop the name of the water cycle step onto the illustration. You may use the same term more than once.
All right! All right!
Way to go! Way to go!
All right!
Way to go!
All right!
You got the steps of the cycle down pat. Can you put it all together in order? Using this circle chart, drag the icons into order so the arrows make the water cycle flow.
All right! All right! Awesome!
Way to go!
All right! We did it! We not only went through the water cycle, we outlasted the rain! Hey! Look at all those Pokemon at the lake!
Yup. Thanks to the rain, I'm happy to report the water level is on its way back to normal.
Yeah!
Yeah, it's definitely good news for the people and Pokemon in this region.
Hey, where's Piplup? Piplup! 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 Piplup, there you are. Oh, water types. You just had to play in the rain, huh? Cute. Piplups are very own precipitation, I guess. Piplup? Piplup?
Well, I think that'll just about wrap it up. Wrap up the Diamond and Pearl edition of Learning Week Saturday. Next, I'll admit it's been a lot of fun doing them these past 5 weeks. Well, but now next Saturday we'll be heading back into the language arts category, as we'll cover the first 5 what's this ever made for that category. Apologies for the redundancy there. But anyways, I'll see you next time.